Okay, the live stream is up. We are there.
Awesome. Thank you. Hey everyone. I welcome you all to today's Meshery development meeting. Today is July 8th, and those who are new, I'll give a quick introduction. Meshery is a cloud native manager. In short, it helps you manage your cloud native infrastructure. A lot of things it does, and I'll suggest you to learn. If you want to learn more about Meshery, you can go and check out the Meshery.io or its docs. And it's a CNCF sandbox project. We follow the CNCF code of conduct, so be respectful to each other. And along the other side, I already told we have a couple of housekeeping items. One of them is adding your name in the attendees list, and I think I already shared in the chat, so you can add your name there. And the second thing is, if you are new to today's call, it is a great opportunity for you to introduce yourself. So feel free to unmute, and I'll also request everyone to open your webcam. This will help us and others to learn more about you, know you by face instead of voices. So feel free to unmute yourself, say hi, where are you calling from, and what took your what interest you maybe in the tech or maybe in Meshery. Anything quick or short intro.
Hi everyone. Hi Yash. Hi Lee. So my name is Kumar Nirupam. You can call me Nirupam. I have been contributing to Meshery repos since 1 month, and I joined Meshery because I wanted to learn more about cloud native tools and its technology. And my experience with Meshery has been very good. Whenever I ask any doubts, I always get a response, and the community is very helpful. So yes, thank you.
Thank you, Kumar. It was a great introduction. Anybody else would like to go and introduce?
Uh, Hello, Yash. Hello, Lee. I am Ayush Kumar. I am from Bihar, India. Right now, my tech stack involves mainly the UI part, React, TypeScript, JavaScript. I have been active in Meshery from almost 15 days, I guess. Yeah, and it's great working here. Looking forward to more.
Thank you, Ayush. We are happy to have you here. Anybody else would like to give an introduction? Let me scroll down. Some familiar faces. Astha, I don't know if this is your first time. Would you like to introduce?
Yeah, hello everyone. This is actually like the second time that I'm attending the meet. But yeah, so yeah, myself Astha Bhatt, and like I'm from Karnataka, India, and like I have been contributing to Meshery from quite a couple of months, but like it has been like a little bit of a off and on due to like college and etc. And yeah, now I wish to be more consistent, and like this is like my first issue that I've taken up from the backend, and yeah, I want to contribute more towards the backend also. Thank you.
Thank you, Astha. It was a great introduction. Happy to have you here. Anybody else? I see a lot of new faces. A lot of like Daksh, Rahul, Rajesh. Anyone? And then we'll go to our agenda items. It's just a great opportunity. So I highly suggest to use this opportunity to introduce. So I think you will miss out if you can't or if you are not trying to introduce. That's I'll say. Okay, I think others seems to be shy. Okay, so there are a few people who don't have webcam. If you can, then I'll highly suggest you to open your webcam. This will help us to engage properly. Since nobody is raising their hand to intro, I'll probably go to agenda items. In case you missed, you have any issues with your mic or camera, whatever, you can go and feel free to introduce yourself in the chat, and we'll engage there. So let's move forward with the agenda items. So first one is mine itself. I'll just quickly go over it. And it's just that I just prepared a doc for KubeCon. So if oh, it doesn't have a link. Why it's not opening?
Yeah, I can see if I can find that.
Okay, I'll pull it from the channel I put it there. Okay, so this is a very quick draft I created. It will include more things as we'll move forward with the KubeCon NA. It just includes talks that we are going to submit, reviews that I requested them to review this talk, and what we will doing. As we will move forward for the KubeCon NA, if we get the project booth approval, I'll make sure to write more about the project booth request and everything. So we will be submitting one project lightning talk and one Contrib Fest. We will be submitting before July 12th. And if you can get a chance, feel free to review it. I took a different angle for lightning talk as an AI agents. Give it a chance to give it a review, and then after that we can go and submit that. I still need to update on the few things like session titles, and we need speakers for Contrib Fest as well. So those who can travel, support their expenses for the travel for the KubeCon NA, please feel free to volunteer. So yeah, that's it. Any question on it, Lee or anyone? I don't know if Sangram is here. Shiva.
One thing that I could add to this is that we have enough time for sure to get at least one blog post on cncf.io, if not a couple. So it'd be good for us to track that. There's tons of things that we do that are good to talk about. Maybe we'll have an MCP server or do it just as a random example, but that would be a good thing to keep in the plan. And so,
Okay, CNCF blog for
yeah, for well, highlighting any number of things about Meshery.
okay.
Like, but it's just one of those venues that's open to us that we don't, we sometimes take advantage of. And so,
Okay. I didn't know about it. I'll see what we can do. I'll try to propose it. Okay. Yeah. Any other question on this one?
yeah. By the way, that's unrelated to KubeCon specifically. Rather, I bring it up in. I mean, it can be specific to KubeCon, but I mean, it's just it's an ongoing venue for us. But since we're talking about getting the word out, it just comes to mind. So, yeah. So good. So yes,
Yeah. No
I
issue.
was just.
Okay. So I have already put it in the channel, so feel free to review it later on. I'll probably move forward. So the other update is like I'm at NARCI yesterday, and we both decided that we'll have a bi-weekly meeting for the Meshery extension. It will be a public meeting. We both will be responsible. I'm still working with him, like what time works with him, which date works with him. So once I finalize that, I'll propose it and update the repository. So I just want to let you know, we have a Meshery has a Digital Ocean Academy. So if you are interested to contribute or join, I'll propose a detail like when we will do the meeting. So yeah, that was the one proposal from the side of Narsi. And I think by the end of next week or mid of next week, he'll be happy to meet you. He has some questions, so he'll ask you. And before that, I'll be meeting on early Monday so that he is building some demos. I'll be helping him to build that demo, and then he will ask some questions to you and before the CNCF interview. So that's what his plan is.
So that's fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic. We might want to consider getting that meeting on the Meshery calendar to the extent that the intention is to get others involved, or if it isn't, and we're just trying to form something solid first, then we shouldn't put it on the calendar because people will show up. Good. That particular initiative is really important. I just had a conversation yesterday or the day before. It was in discussion about Meshery's incubation review and the fact that there have been a couple of adopters that have gone through interviews. One of them is, or there's a couple of them from large organizations that, well, their use of Meshery is dated. It was their use of Meshery and their adoption of it was quite intense for a long time, but it's been 2.5 years of waiting for like earnest diligence on our proposal for review. Life has moved on for a number of those people. They don't even work at the same companies anymore. And so there's a concern from the TOC that like, oh, well, those are not active adopters. And so there's an open discussion about whether or not that's fair to the project, because just because their use of the project is dated, or just because the project has been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for review, in some respects, it's not fair that like that burden is placed back on the project when, you know, that like just because time has passed shouldn't have invalidated something that was valid before. They really, you know, they used it intensely. It changed their, you know, it's significant enough to them that 2.5 years later, they're still willing to come and interview about it and talk about it. Anyway, the point of what I'm saying is, well, good, this initiative and the DigitalOcean Academy is just as important as ever, or more important than ever, or like, because this is active adoption. And so
Yeah,
that's
like I saw that message. I think that you were mentioning, and it does make sense. Like I'm like, what? People used it before, right? So it doesn't make sense. You're saying people not using it, but people used it. So
Yeah.
from the side of like that's what Narsi is trying to propose. He's trying to build something on his own. He's trying to use Meshery in his own workflow so that he can answer it better, like how he's using it and everything. So I'll be helping him, making sure he's getting all the help he needs. And if he has any other question which I can't answer, I'll make sure to follow up with you.
Good. Great. Good, good.
Okay, let's go on the next topic. Asta, would you like to share about this? You can share your screen and talk about it.
Yeah, just a minute. Oh, okay. Okay, I want to share the screen and it's asking for like your screen that it will stop sharing. Is it fine?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
fine.
Yeah, okay. One. Mm, yeah. Yeah, so today I want to talk about like this issue that I had taken up like in the last meet. So this issue like meant that like for now it's like like the schema repository it generates like only the types. So like what this issue wants is that like when the schema is run like as a make build, it should like emit server.go parents and spec.go as like a separate files, and also like some two adapter files as well. So this is like something that I worked on, though I didn't really like get like all the checkpoints of the issue, but like I had like like a small concerns as well, like a doubt. So yeah, so for now this like the solution that I implemented, it generates the server.go and spec.go like with like all the required like content inside the file. But like I did go through like a little bit of like the Meshery documentation and a little bit of schemas as well. I couldn't really find like the as I mentioned, like that OAPI code gen release that actually like generates a separate params.go and also the adapter files. So yeah, but like while going through, I did like come through a solution where it was telling like manually we have to create like a new parents.go, but I was not really sure, like, as I told, like this is like the first time that I know, like kind of contributing to the backend part of it. I wanted to like, take input from like, your side that what I have to like actually do to like go about so that I can solve this whole issue. And also one thing you
Asta.
said, okay,
Yep,
yeah,
Asta, very good. Let me see if I can start to answer a few of those.
yeah,
Before you started this last time, I warned this is not a beginner issue. This is not one that I recommend that you take on. If we're going to spend everyone's time to take you through it, despite that warning, we're going to do it really briefly because it's unfair to everyone else. So a question for you, the spec.go is how are our schemas being bundled today? Like how is the schemas being pulled in from consumers through the schema package? Like if the purpose of creating that spec.go, I'm assuming, is to make access to the schema easier from the Golang consumer. How are we doing that today? Or why is spec.go needed?
Okay, I mean, to answer like one of it, like I actually like just like mostly like what did I like what can I say like mostly like I just went through like the issue and like I was kind of like sticking on to it, and I also like kind of like I went through like the conversation as so yeah, I mean whatever I could understand, I have implemented it to be like very like
You guys are really good at wait, yeah, just I don't know is
yeah.
the answer. Okay,
So
good. You don't know, and that's okay. You didn't say that you knew it all. You said
yeah,
this is my first one, so that's fine.
yeah.
Go work on answering that,
Okay,
and
yeah.
then
Keep it.
and just that specific item and make it a small, or it'll be a much smaller kind of problem to chew on.
Mm.
When you have that answer, let's take the next step.
Sure, yeah. But
Maybe we
yeah,
can try to answer one of your questions in the meantime. What was one that you wanted answered?
okay, yeah. One thing was that like this one, that OAPI code
I don't
gen.
know. Is that where you're getting the OAPI code gen? Are you getting that from the issue?
Yeah. The
Okay.
issue
When you
one,
search the code base for OAPI code gen, do you find it?
yeah. So yeah, like what I
Okay.
found was like it was there, and I
So then what's the
also
question?
yeah.
Because
So
you're
the
saying you could not find support for upstream OAPI code gen release. But if
yeah.
you're finding it in the, okay.
Yeah, so like the thing is that like I checked with two versions mainly. Like one was like the latest version, and another was like a fairly like an older version of it. Like one was like 5.2, and another one was like 7.1 version, which was like the newer version of it. And both of it
2.7, is it 2.5 and 2.7 or?
I'm okay. To be like more specific, I had to like mention this, but yeah, but I do remember like I had done it like with a newer and an older one and an older version of it, and both of them like it kind of didn't really generate like a param.go separate file, and nor
Okay,
were the adapter
okay, if
files.
we're using it currently, what is it doing? First, understand that.
Okay.
And yes, when I ask you to confirm what the version is,
Okay.
yes, you're right. You do need to be specific,
Yeah.
or like the answer to my question isn't just restating my question.
Mhm.
Anyway, so how are we using OAPI CodeGen today?
Okay, yeah. So in the issue, what they were telling, like they actually want to like use
Yeah, but
this.
the issue is just I'm
Yeah.
asking from the code's perspective because the
Okay.
issue is just
Okay.
written up. Maybe those things are there, maybe they're not.
Okay. So yeah, for now, like I used it to like actually like generate this separate files as server.go and spc.go, because like before it used to like generate everything in one file. So
Okay.
yeah, that's like in the code part of it also, I have used it as a like a separate function in there and calling it.
Okay, but that
I'm
doesn't
sorry
really
if
say
I'm
what it
being
does.
very general. I'm sorry
Yeah, it is
because
extremely general. It doesn't answer the
yeah,
question.
because like this is like a first time, and like I'm kind of like trying to like
Yeah, I
find
recommend
words
not
for
working
this.
on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, one thing was like parts, like he kind of reviewed this and he was like, for now, like if this is like only things that you are able to do, like he was like, he recommends me to like either like like update the issue, or like probably like update this PR
Okay,
telling that this
great.
only does this.
Wait, stop. I mean, we can't spend everyone's time to talk about whether some other contributor gave you a comment. Parth, are you on the call? Parth is brand new to coding as well, and
Oh,
he hasn't
okay.
worked on this repo, and
Oh,
he's
okay.
just trying to help and be nice and contribute. Wonderful, good, beautiful. But then again, to spend everyone's time to read through it and talk about what's more or less a random comment
Hmm.
from is just not the best use of everyone. I want to set you up for success.
Yeah.
And I can only help you if you allow me to. And you're asking. Other people on the call may very well have different guidance, though. Can anyone else speak to some of these questions or offer a different perspective? Because I could be seeing it wrong, Asta.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, hopefully somebody does, but you're saying one of the things that the issue is, the issue that's opened is by a contributor that's no longer active here.
Oh,
And so
okay.
you also, like, there's probably a lack of
Hmm.
for ongoing support for the issue.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Like, anyway, that doesn't mean, hey, don't ever let me tell you can't do something. Like,
Yeah.
just as a general. So
Yeah.
like keep going but yeah, really clarify the goals. Like, what does it matter if you're using the latest OAPI code gen or not? What's it doing and how are we using it? How important is it that we produce a singular file with all schemas inside versus individual files? I don't know that that's very important. What might be more important is the ease by which, from JavaScript or from Golang, that we're able to retrieve individual schema files. So if you visit in your web browser right now, if you go to schemas.meshery.io, another contributor, Olu, who's not on the call at the moment, he and Saurabh and some others had worked on this website, schemas.meshery.io.
Okay. Thank Yeah.
I mentioned this because it pertains to what I was just saying, that if like something that can be helpful is from JavaScript, like from Meshery UI or from Golang, maybe from Meshery CTL or Meshery server, when one of those two components wants to write some code around one of these constructs. So if someone wants to upload a design and they want to do it through the UI, well, the UI needs to know what a design is. So it might need to access the design schema to understand each of the properties of what a design is. And so those accessor functions, those functions to go grab the schema and make it readily available to the JavaScript or to Golang, that might be at the heart of the suggestion that having all of the schemas in one file is okay, but it might be more helpful to have them in individual files. I'm not sure if how critical that is versus just that's probably not the goal. The goal is probably to make accessing the schemas individually easy from either Golang or JavaScript, whether or not they're in single files or not.
Yeah.
So, something to think about.
Okay. I will surely go through these questions and I have noted it down. Yeah. But yeah, one thing that I understood was like I should be more specific of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. So
Yeah. I will go through this and like if I'm able to like connect with others also, so like I will do it through Slack so that I can get more insights.
yeah, so Chaitanya, who's on the call, he has recently worked on, or I think is currently working on, a different piece of functionality within this repository.
Okay.
I call him out and his effort out because as you go to look for others, he's one, Chaitanya.
Yeah. Okay.
Chaitanya, maybe that's something that you're speaking to later on the call. So
Okay.
we'll keep our ears peeled. I won't steal his thunder and talk about what he's working on, but he'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Sure. I will
Cool.
look into it.
Good. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. Thanks for keeping us abreast of what you're doing as well. It's good to, it's not an easy thing.
Thank you, Asta. I think Nirupam, I think you can go ahead and share your screen.
So Hello, everyone. So I want to show you my this issue. It was regarding the logs. This was raised in Meshery repo. It regarding the Meshery CTL, like on running the command Meshery generate, the model's name and its output were mismatching it. Like the model's name were coming earlier than the actual output. This was happening because 20 parallel modules were running simultaneously and the output mixing up. This was mainly connected due to the
Yep,
two
yep,
log lines were available.
Correct. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna interrupt just because I know last time you presented, it was entirely too long. And you said the same
Okay,
thing.
okay. I will
You said the
wrap
same
it
thing
up.
4 times now, that the log
Okay,
lines
okay.
are intermixed. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So I combined it in the single log line. Yeah. And this was reviewed by UE. UE told me to present it in today's meeting. So yeah, I'm presenting it to her.
Okay. Dude, yeah, please don't tell us that, like, okay. What do you want to tell us? Because I know that you're
So
presenting it to us right now. You don't need to tell us that you're presenting it to us now.
yeah. So I have
Please.
fixed the logging issue that the logs are mismatching. I have fixed it and the component's name and it's executing uh, correctly, but I didn't have the access to the spreadsheet which had the logs name so that I could actually test it. So yeah, but the actual issue is currently fixed. Only you need to run it with the help of spreadsheet that contains all the models name, and yeah, that's also easy.
Okay,
Good. Did
This
you say
spreadsheet I'm
that
talking about.
did you say that you needed help?
No, I
If you
needed
need access to
inform you
this,
that
just do a file
yeah,
download. File copy
okay,
or file download to CSV. Use the
okay,
CSV in the test.
okay.
Meshery
Thank
CTL supports in fact, that's the very first thing that it does, is just download the CSV. There are 2 slides in the Meshery architecture deck that
you.
depict how it is that Meshery interacts with this spreadsheet, how it interacts with the CSV. And that'll help you, I think, understand that you don't want access to this. It's a liability.
Okay,
And you don't
okay,
need access to this either. In fact, you already have access to it. You're looking at it. If you need to
okay,
manipulate it or change it, then download it or make a copy. At that, I don't know that you need to, if you're just, so I don't know, you don't need to make changes to it,
yeah,
especially not for
okay.
testing.
Mm, thank you. This original issue was raised in Meshery, but fixed is actually present in Meshery tests. Yeah, yeah, that's all.
okay. Thank you, Nirupam. Linux, Lennox, sorry. Are you there? You can,
Hello.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You can go ahead and share your update.
Okay. This is more of like raising the topic. If there is some way that we can notify contributors either through the contributor guide or through like a GitHub action and like update the comments to properly address the feedback given to them to the PRs, because it's I feel like there is like a lot of, and this is like a subject which happens and is just being repeated over and over, especially like over in Slack, that whenever feedback is given, it's just like it's not being properly resolved. And then the commits, they are just like, they don't state very much what the purpose of that commit is. So it makes reviewing kind of difficult. I don't know if there is some other way that we can make sure that contributors are aware of a certain standard that they need to follow in order to make the review process a little bit easier for all of us, I guess. Because I usually, so that's another thing that happens a lot, is like everyone asks for like a review, but no one is helping out reviewing the so many PRs that we have. So I tell them like, hey, this might be like not a priority item, and you can go ahead and like help out by reviewing some other PRs, but it's just as inefficient as them not doing it, because ultimately it all resolves down to either just saying, hey, take a look at the GitHub take a look at the LLM recommendations, and it just like leads nowhere. So maybe our review process could be documented in community or somewhere else within the doc, so people are like,
Yeah, great. Lennox, good. Does anybody have, I guess, Lennox, you're both asking for how we might be able to make changes to ensure that people are doing what you're saying. And you're also asking for, I guess, suggestions. Does anybody have suggestions?
I have a suggestion. Like we can add like there are many bots available like CodeRabbit and all, and they are very good in reviewing the PRs and if the correct criteria and having matched all the contributor has followed the rules and have answered each and every questions that are required. So I think using such bots are very good.
well, the current issue right now is that we already have like a couple of bots, I suppose, which are like already do that. Of course, they do it like generally, and they do not go into like as much detail as we will want, but it just like leads nowhere most of the time, because the review process is not being like attended to, and same with the commits. Like they just don't have that level of specificity needed in order for us to be like, okay, this is what you're doing here, this is what you are documenting here that you did. It's just like it just leads nowhere. So it's more so, how can we make contributors aware of like a pattern for them to be able to submit their changes a little bit better, or document them a little bit better, not more so about the bots themselves.
I have one question, like then maybe we can move forward after that.
Mhm.
In case if you, I'm just trying to figure out like how other projects do that, like how other projects like Kubernetes, Prometheus, Grafana, how they do that for the same thing. Do they have any kind of best practices? Maybe we can look into it and take some inspiration as we brainstorm and continue our conversation on Slack about that. And we can figure out our learnings, like how other projects are doing it and what works for us. And then maybe we can move forward with that. Maybe something like in issues, we have templates. In template, we can add up one more line as a checklist to make sure if we have a documentation written well, like what making sure that you need to do everything, every steps before you raise a peer, and then they check mark it, then only we'll review it. Yep, I'm just suggesting like we should give it a look to other projects as well, which popular projects, and see what's the inspiration. It takes
Okay.
some inspiration. That's my
All
thought.
right.
Anyone else want to give a thought? It's a very good topic, and if anyone else wants to give their thoughts. Awesome. We can continue this conversation on Slack. It's a very good topic, and I can share my findings if I have any. Chaitanya, you have a,
Yes, I'm here.
yeah, you have a docs update. Uh,
Yeah.
would you like to share about it pretty quickly? I think it's a short PR.
Yeah, so this is basically to, update the deprecated commands that we had, specifically for the installation in Kubernetes. Moreover, we are using the cert manager, right? And we had pinned it to a release which is now quite outdated. So I have updated it for the latest release, but I believe that we would, need to contemplate on which pinned release should we be using there?
Just remove it. Don't link to it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, leave the reference to Cert Manager. Just remove the hyperlink.
Okay.
Okay, is that all, Chaitanya? Is there anything else?
Uh, I do have another work in progress, but Cal,
Maybe, yeah, if
um,
you have in work in progress, maybe if you have a good amount of work, then you can show it. Yeah, it's fine.
right now I don't have any blocker on that. So
Yeah, so then if you don't have right now much progress, then we can discuss it next time. That's fine.
okay.
Awesome. Rishi, would you like to go forward and share about your update? Is Rishi here?
Yeah,
Yeah. Would you like to talk about it? You can share your screen. Yeah.
yeah. So as uh, I have been updating about this on the Slack. So on our last meet, Abid had some feedback on this PR that we should not use any wrapper or anything. We should just directly import the keys through the schemas. So I have updated the PR. And also Lee asked to just check if all the keys that are being used is correctly mapped with the legacy ones. So I've also added a comment regarding that in the GitHub and checked all the legacy ones and the new ones, are they matching or not?
Yeah, are they or aren't they?
Yeah, they are matching.
Okay.
As the old UUIDs were hard coded, so some of the UUIDs are outdated. So it's updated also.
So they are matching or they're not? Like we have a discrepancy or we
They are
don't?
matching.
They are or are not.
They are matching. Their names are matching. Some of the old UUIDs were like wrong in the hard-coded ones. So
Okay. Do you have a path to resolution?
uh, we are removing that hard-coded one, so there is no issue.
Are we talking about something that there's no point in discussing because there's no issue, or is there an ongoing
There
discrepancy?
is. It was all about just if they are matching or not. There is no point of discussion, I guess.
Rishi, maybe I can't hear your voice very well. Do we still have a
Now can
problem
you?
here or not? No, it's the same. Do we still have a problem here or not?
No, we don't have any problem. We had the problem in the hard-coded ones that we are removing that in this PR.
Great. Cool.
And also, you asked for adding that monikers that we are using, the scanners views and this. So I've added that in the spreadsheet, and also added a comment of why this column is there.
Okay. Great. Thanks. What else, Rishi?
Yeah, that's
That's it. There's no,
yeah.
what's next? When can we expect that we'll have something like merged?
Uh, yeah, I have the update on that. I will update you on the Slack. It's not completely ready for now, so I haven't put it
What's
on
the,
the
what will that be though?
that permission shield that we are.
Okay. So good. So then for everyone else, just you've signed into the Meshery playground before. Excuse me. Sometimes, depending upon how you joined the playground, or depending upon if you joined the Meshery Academy, every time that you sign into a Meshery remote provider, you will have done so through an invitation. And this is probably a topic for us to talk about maybe another time, but you'll sort of implicitly, when you fill in the sign-up form to sign into Meshery for the first time, whether you're doing it through the playground or through the academy or through your local deployment, you'll be signing in through an open invitation. An invitation, just like if you create an invitation to Slack, or if you if you share your Google Doc, when you do it, you're saying, oh, share it, and here's the permissions that would be available to these individuals. In the same way, when you're submitting that login form, you're receiving certain permissions as you create that new user account. And depending upon the context in which you sign in, the context in which you create that user account, you'll be assigned different permissions. So some of you have signed into the Meshery playground, and you've found that there are certain links that are disabled, certain menu items. Most of the time, that has to do with a lack of permissions for that user account in the currently selected organization. And that's the context in which Rishi is doing this work. So hopefully the next time that we speak on this topic, we'll have an enhancement in the UI where there is a small shield icon, a small like security icon that lets you know that it's disabled intentionally, and that here's the permissions that you might be missing and where you can go to get more of them. So good, Rishi, that's exciting. That'll be helpful. Where is the young lady? The young lady who spoke first? Did she present hers? No, she is Asta.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So did you see the example of how it is that we're pulling in the schemas from JavaScript?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just going through like some of the stuff, like when the talk was going on.
Oh, okay, cool. Great. Yeah. So those permission keys are stored in the Meshery schemas repo. They're packaged and bundled as part of the. Actually, they are. Wait, that's a good point of clarification. Rishi, the keys that you're importing, Rishi, if you can share your screen again, it'd be helpful. Those keys that you're importing, are those coming from a bundle, the Meshery schemas bundle, or are those being locally bundled in Meshery server?
They are bundled in schemas.
Okay. So good. So Asta, you were going to say?
Yeah, nothing much. Like I was just telling that, yeah, I'm just going through all this stuff and like I'm kind of like, trying to like familiarize with, yeah, what is the thing that I actually need and all those stuff. Yeah. That's it. Hold on.
Cool. This is good. So to Lennox's point earlier, here's an opportunity for you to offer review on someone else's pull request, and at the same time, learn and help advance what Rishi is doing while you're selfishly advancing your own knowledge and your own ability to, improve your PR. So this is great. This is exactly what you need.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Now, Rishi, last question for me, and hopefully others have got questions as well. So by the way, Yash Sharma, who's hosting, he's one of the progenitors of this particular framework that we use, this permission keys framework. So he's so you might be cleaning up some of his old code. No, just kidding. So my question is, those all capital case monikers like keys.shared design of the work that you're doing right now and long term, is the current direction that you're heading, will we retain those, or are they being displaced?
We are not retaining those. We are retaining it from the schemas. Like, yeah, we are not retaining those that shared designs, that moniker that we had.
Okay. Got you. Okay. So hopefully we're eliminating a little bit of brittleness, a little bit of accidental staleness that happens over time, where we had this list of monikers that were kind of translating between a UUID and some human readable moniker like shared design. You're saying instead that's going away, and we're bringing the code a little more close to the source of truth in the spreadsheet. But that's great. All right. Hey, other people have questions or comments? Rishi, so far, are you finding that that JavaScript library, Castle, that CASL library, is that helping or hindering?
It is helping for now, but it is like not correctly formatted, or we are using somewhere it's not correctly formatted, I should say. Like
It doesn't
it's not
fit
like
the-
standard.
Hmm.
Like somewhere we are using keys dot ID, somewhere we are directly passing the keys. Yeah.
Okay, so in some places we're not using Castle, or the way that we're using it is just different in different places.
Yeah, the way we are using it is a bit different.
I see. But is it helping or hindering? So you're saying mostly it helps to have the library.
Yeah, it helps.
Okay.
Awesome. Anything else, Rishi, that you want to share?
No, that's it for my side.
Awesome. Thanks for cleaning up my stuff. It's been 2 years now, so I have to keep up. Okay. Thank you for sharing your update. Next, who is going to be next? Krishna?
Yes, let me share my screen.
Yeah, good.
My PR covered the bug in the Meshery dashboard where the getting started progress percentage was stuck at 0% after completing some of the checklist. Actually, it caused due to there is some normalization running behind the get user query. So I add another query from the preference. Now it's working good from the RTK.
Is that RTK client, is that locally defined inside of Meshery UI, or is that from schemas?
I think so. It is locally defined in the RTK query user.
Yep. And so that RTK query, though, is packaged locally, is what you're saying. So,
Huh.
so if that's the case, we'll want to open up an issue or fix it in this issue that we're not using that locally defined package, if we can.
Oh, okay.
We want it to come from the schemas if we can. We might
Yeah.
not be in a position to at this very moment. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, the users went through a new release this last week, V1 beta 3.
Yeah.
User preferences should be in there. And if they are, then
I take another look on.
okay. Yeah, but that makes sense, right? We want to not use any locally defined RTK clients. We want to import our RTK clients from Meshery schemas. So that way, all those functions, all those that they are standard, or that they're defined once, and then we go off and put them to use in various places. And that way it becomes, the code is of higher quality.
You got it. I take another look and update in this lab.
There is another contributor on the topic of dashboard widgets. There's another contributor whose name escapes me at the moment, but they have an open PR in Systent, and they were enhancing one of the widgets.
Parth, I think.
Oh, Parth. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, we asked earlier. I don't think he's not on the call.
Yeah, he's
But
not.
Krishna, maybe you could relay this message to him, which is, I think his outstanding question is, so the answer to his question is yes. I was suggesting that, hey, though, these individual widgets, that it is probably, those dashboard widgets that we see, those get used in a couple of different places. You might have seen some of the same widgets in
Cloud.
your Yeah, Meshery dashboard, yep. Or on your cloud dashboard. The
Mm,
cloud dashboard and the Meshery dashboard, they're both editable. You can customize them and pull in widgets that you want to display and widgets that you don't want to display. In that way, that's the reason behind why it is that the widgets are defined in our central assistant package so that they're reusable and consistent wherever you want to drop them. Maybe you can give a little bit of thought and try to help. I think he's looking for some guidance. Maybe you could give some thought as to where to draw that line between centrally defining and being able to reuse, benefit from that, versus where that might break down. There are a couple of, so the permissions topic that Rishi is working on, those widgets, some of them, depending upon what they have inside of them, they may require certain permissions.
Permissions, yeah.
It would be good to make sure that each of them have consideration for a permission check, and to respond to the user with something other than, it looks like you don't have permission in this org. Here you can switch orgs. And actually, at some point, I think Rishi is going to help ensure, and maybe Krishna, you can help as well, help ensure that we don't just tell the user that, oh, you don't have permissions. You're currently in this org and you can switch. It's like, actually, if they switch, they still may not have any permissions. And actually, we know that because we have all the keys. When they establish their session, their user session, we just download all the keys from each of the orgs that they're a member of. And we know, oh, you're out of luck. Like, it doesn't matter what org you switch to, you don't have it. Or you do, and here's the one that, or the two, or here's the ones that will work. So that's not widget specific. That's a general permissions enhancement that we would ideally do, but we do need for each of the widgets to have that, the appropriate permissions check for what they are. Each of the widgets also need to be responsive onto their own devices. Certainly the dashboard itself is a framework in which to be responsive and to have layout with columns and all that. But the widgets themselves need to be well written so that they can be resized or that they can respond.
Yeah.
That's just, if you could help in that area, that would be great.
We can also provide a permission only widget, means someone do not have that permission of that specific widget, so we don't give that. We are not showing them this is also we can.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, to the extent. Right. That may be a very, very, like, the empty state for a given, for all the widgets might be something like, a part of enhancing it is exactly what you said, is like a suggestion that, hey, you probably don't want this one. Like, you click here to remove it from your dashboard, or you don't have permission currently. Like, I don't know that I know that it's not evident to all users that they can edit the dashboard and pull in different widgets. And so, yeah, in some respects, that helps them discover the fact that the dashboards are customizable. So, yeah, good.
Yeah, that's
Anybody else have thoughts on since we had recently, I think there's a new use of the dashboards. There's a telemetry page in the menu items in Meshery. And it uses widgets to show line charts when you connect up Grafana or Prometheus. So this is it's more justification for ensuring that we have a good dashboard library or a healthy set of robustly written widgets, especially if there's a widget framework. I think we do have a contributor page on creating widgets. That's a good thing to review and make sure it's calling out what makes a good widget. Cool.
Okay. So let me share. Thank you, Krishna. I think we have Ragul. Ragul, I was just checking your peer. I think it's just a responsive fix.
Yeah.
It will be nice if you can add a video which helps us to see what was the problem and how you fixed it, which will help us review as well. So like the discussion we were having just before, right?
Yeah.
So can you do that for us?
Yeah. Just a minute, I share my screen.
Yeah, I think since we have a less time, that's why I was saying. Once you do that, we can
Yeah.
discuss in the Slack.
Sure. Okay. Then I
Okay.
do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that will
Thank
help.
you.
Thank you. I think we already are on time. Bharat or Utkarsh, is there any item is urgent that you want to discuss?
It's not much urgent, but I've raised this issue a while back, and I thought it should get some eyes on it. The issue itself is pretty simple. The tooltips that are used in Meshery's UI, they have some they feel sluggish. If you can see the video that I've posted there.
Oh yeah, I've
Uh,
seen. It's just the responsive time. I think it should be a quick fixes if
yeah. So I was
not by
thinking, is it a fix that should be made in Systent or in Meshery's UI?
it should be from system as per my guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards as well.
Yeah. So are you working on this or is anyone else working on this?
I mean, since it's a simple enough fix, I think it would be better if a new contributor made it.
Awesome. Awesome. So make sure to put this in the channel and you follow up and make sure that we merge the PR then, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sure.
Thank you. I think Utkarsh, I also saw your fix. I think it was the UI fix that you were proposing. Like this was the issue.
Yeah,
Do
I have
you?
already attached the screen recording,
You have seen it.
and it has been approved by Krishna already. Just 2-3 lines of code change.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, everyone. I think we covered most of the agenda items. We are already on time. I'll just wait for 5 more seconds in case anyone has any urgent agenda item that we should discuss. Otherwise, we'll follow up everything on Slack. Awesome. It seems like no more urgent types items. Awesome. Thank you everyone for joining us today. It was great talking to you, and you all are taking care of a lot of my stuff as well. Thank you so much for that. Now I think we will meet next week. Till then, have fun, enjoy your day, and yeah, keep contributing. See you next time.
I guess. See ya.